Hey guys, so some of you have been fielding questions to me about some stuff that you've seen around, and you asked me if that was legitimate or not. Most of the time I say no comment, as because I don't want to put anyone in a bad light. It's not really professional. If you can't say something nice, right, keep it to yourself. But some of the things that you asked was about deployment of your edge weapon. I have an edge weapon here in my pocket. We call this thumbing. Okay? If you look down here, I'm thumbing the blade, you can't see it. But just that quick, it's open and deployed. Now, this is not spring loaded, as you can see. See? It's not spring loaded. Okay? The way this works is it has the wave technology, and it is deployed when I pull it and it catches my garment or the clothing. So I can be thumbing it and I can be up against the wall, right? Just here, and then there it is, that fast. So a lot of what you guys ask me is, it's great, but how did the knife get in your hand? Okay, what training have you had to procure that weapon? Otherwise, you know, learning how to do all this stuff, well, that's all great and fancy, but how did the knife get in your hand? Okay. One, yes, I have several edge weapons, disciplines, but the two major ones are path of the invading blade, which is offensive, military usually implements it, then path of the defending blade. That's more for civilians that carry an edge weapon. And then I have spontaneous edge weapon response, which is those that don't carry an edge weapon, police, security maybe, and they have to defend against that edge weapon. So it's, you know, path of the invading blade, offensive, path of the defending blade, defensive, and then spontaneous edge weapon response when you yourself don't have a blade. Now, something that I do want to bring to your attention is that a lot of people show disarms. The thing is, do you know how to utilize that weapon? In other words, does the system that you teach, is it strip and keep or strip and send? Strip and keep means you disarm it and you're keeping the weapon. Or is it strip and send where you just disarm and it falls wherever? I teach both. There's advantages and disadvantages obviously to each one. But if you are strip and keep, do you know how to utilize this weapon? Or does it become a liability because you don't know how to use it? And when I mean know how to use it, I mean cutting in a particular place where it won't kill that individual, but it will cause them to stop. It's a flesh wound, or it's a muscle cut that stops them from using that particular limb. Okay? And those are the things that you really have to think about when you're looking for an instructor. Are they just teaching you the stuff that it's been taught for 700 years, so let's use it? So that's on the edge weapon. That's the way I teach it. Okay? Yes, I can thumb it out. You can do the New York Open, which I don't know why anybody would do that. Okay? And then the way that you hold it. This is a hammer hold, and this is a saber hold. There's reasons why you would use both, depending on what you're doing. The other thing was you asked about sticks and blunt force weapons. Yes, we teach sticks, Belinda Walk, Extremas. Okay, we do teach sticks. Both how to fight with them, really fight, not do all this pretty stuff, you know, but actually fight with these. We start off with the padded ones, full gear, and you smack, so you understand there's a consequence of doing a technique wrong. And so if you don't, then, you know, okay, kind of like a rubber knife, there's no consequence. A wooden knife, there's no consequence. But when I bring out the shock knife, all of a sudden people are giving me space, where with a rubber one or a wood one, there's no respect. Oh, right there, you got a knife or whatever, and they walk up on you like it's no big deal. But I got that shock knife, kind of like a real knife, everybody's giving me space. So there's a consequence. For security and law enforcement, you guys were asking about the baton. You guys were mentioning about someone was saying something about baton. and they were showing things that were illegal. Well, every state is different. Here in the state of Texas, only law enforcement security are allowed to carry the batons. And we're only allowed to hit certain parts of the body with the baton unless it's critical situation or officer survival. At that point, it doesn't matter. If he's got a knife, well, then obviously he's not showing you how pretty the knife is, or how sharp the weapon is. He wants to hurt you. So again, the same concept as okay, great, you got a baton. How do you open it? First, how do you procure it? If you're in a physical altercation and you're defending yourself, what I don't see, what I see a lot of in security and law enforcement when I'm training them, they'll stop and they'll look at what they're trying to grab. Okay, a real fight doesn't go that way. They're punching, no one's going to stop so that you can see where your service pistol is, your pepper spray, your baton, your taser. It's got to be instantaneous where you're grabbing, pulling, and then you deploy the weapon. Okay, this of here and here, that's great if you're in an open area. But if you're not in an open area, close quarters, a club where pepper spray isn't a good idea, your gun isn't a good idea, maybe it's just a big raw and you want to, put some people in check. Well, doing this because there's so many people around you, you're going to hurt someone, but deploying it on your body or upon the subject, it's another variation. And that's in the advanced baton. And everything that we do with the Belinda walk, we can do with the baton as well. Okay? So I hope that answers some of your questions. Guys, I know I've been putting these videos online. I've been really busy at the academy training officers and stuff, so I haven't had time. I got a canine, and I've been working with her. She's 3.5 months old. I have Athena and I have Zales. Zales isn't mine, it's my stepson's, and they're going through training right now for obedience and then into protection. So I've been busy training her as well and getting trained to properly instruct her on what to do. Okay, but I will have these videos up. I'm going to start off with level 1 on all the basics. Basic baton, basic hand, basic edge weapon, basic ground avoidance, basic spontaneous weapon response, basic trapping. It's going to be all my level 1 stuff. Okay, so thank you for the questions. I hope I answered them. Again, just be patient and my stuff will be up and rolling. All right, peace. God bless. Stay safe. Keep your head low, your eyes sharp, and your aim true. God bless.